Hello and welcome to tonight's JV matchup between the AC Lincoln Hornets. Answers with a nice start here. This is the final home game of the regular season for Emmanuel Varsity. And then after that it's tournament play. But that'll be later tonight. For now we've got JV. Cleanly received serve by Rodriguez. And this will get bumped over by Starland. That's going to get tipped over the net. Quaid is going to manage to keep that one alive. Hornet's going to take the opportunity now, set it over. Green is there. Quaid's going to try keeping it out of the net, but can't quite do it. And that will be the Hornets' first point tonight. Serving now is Hornets number 11, Boo. Fast serve. Seibel is going to let that one bounce off her forearms and out of bounds. And that'll put the Hornets up 2-1. Boo again. Williams is there to receive the serve. Good cross-court spike from Starland. And this one is going to get spiked into the net by Rodriguez. Lancers with the serve now. Kazamba coming in for Williams. And it's going to be Gergel to serve. Clean serve from Gergel, a bit low, but it's received and bumped over by Labar. Kazamba is going to spike this one over. And miscommunication by two Hornets players. That one's going to get bumped out of bounds, and that'll put the Lancers back up. Gergel again. The serve has just a bit too much power, and that's going to go out of the back of the court, tied at 3. Serving now is Turk. Received by Quaid. Nice spike from Stalin, but it's a bit too far. And the Hornets are back up. The serve's going to glance off the top of the net, and I said by Seibel, and Starlin's going to bump it over. Boo has to dive to reach that one, and as such, they will be unable to keep it alive. And the Lancers have tied it up again at 4. Quaid serving now. That's going to be an ace, as Konda is going to bump this one right into the legs of Boo. And the Lancers are taking the lead once again. Close game early in this first set. Some back and forth play. Hound's going to bump the ceiling. And is going to hit it again as Rodriguez bumps it into one of the crossbar supports for the ceiling. Lancers up by 2. This is the biggest lead either teams have had tonight. And this serve from Quaid is going to fly wide. And that'll cut the Lancers lead to just 1. Serving now is Gerseth. Kazamba's going to spike this one. It's going to get blocked, but the Lancers will keep it alive, set over by Starland. Well-placed spike from Clark, and that's going to be Hornets point, tied up at 6. Serve from Gerseth. And bumped over by Seibel. Konda's going to dig to keep it alive. Spike is received by Gergel. Up at the net is Koenig. Just a bit too much power. And the Hornets are back up by 1. Gerseth again. Clean serve received by Seibel. And Kazamba's going to spike this one. Very well placed. There will be a bit of a collision there between Jersith and Boo. And it's tied up at 7 now. Larson is in for green on the Lancer side. Serve from Starland. Nice save there by the Hornets to keep it alive. And that's a powerful spike from Koenig. When she gets her timing down, those are very clean spikes. And it is hard to stop that. Starland with an opportunity to serve again. Lancers are up 8-7. Received it by Carranza. And the Lancers are up by 2 once again. Kondo's going to bump this one well out of bounds, and the Lancers are up by 3. Biggest lead they've seen tonight. 10-7 in favor of the Lancers. Received by Carranza. Good spike, kept alive by Gurgle. And Koenig's going to try tipping this one over, but he got stuck on the top of the net. Hornets are going to cut their deficit to 2. And DeHaven is coming in for Boo. Serving is Rodriguez. Seibel receives. Spike from Larson, perfectly placed. The absolute corner within a foot of both of the blue lines. That is an excellent spike. And now it's going to be the Lancers to serve once again as Kazemba heads back. Haven't seen much serving from Kazemba this season. It's a good serve there. Carranza is going to try keeping that one alive, but it's going to get bumped beneath the net, and the Lancers are up by 4 now. Kazemba again. Bumped over by Labar. And the officials are going to say that that one was not blocked and just bounced off of the net. It's going to be again. Clark. Seibel is there. And Gurgle's going to bump this one over. Carranza can't get there in time. And the Lancers have the serve right back. Quaid in for Koenig now. And it's Seibel to serve. Low serve, but very well placed. That's an ace, as Konda isn't able to get there in time. Seibel again. Lancers are up by 5. Received by Carranza. That's a good set from Turt. Gurgle with the spike. Carranza manages to get there in time. But the Hornets, as hard as they might try, they can't keep that one alive. And the Lancers have a 6-point lead right now. Seibel again. Hornets can't keep that one alive as Konda gets a bit of unclean contact there. Lancers with the 7-point lead now. And this one is going to bounce off of Rodriguez's forearms and out. Nice run here from the Lancers. They're up by 8 now. It's the biggest lead we've seen tonight. And they are hoping to keep expanding on it. Received by Konda. And DeHaven is going to put this one into the top of the net. No contact on the block. Lancers up 9, 18-9. Bumped over by DeHaven. But a good spike from Quaid will give the Lancers that point. They're up by 10 now. Eichstead coming in for Gurgle. And it's Seibel serving once again. Finally, the Lancers' run will be stopped as the Hornets hit double digits at a 9-point deficit. And Carranza is out. Joseph is there to replace her. Serve is Labar. Seibel gets there in time. But she'll bump it just a bit too far into the net, had a bit too much momentum. And it's the Hornets serving once again. Labar. Clean serve from Labar. Williams receives it, but she'll bump it a bit too far out of the reach of Larson and into the stands. And the Hornets back to just a 7-point deficit. Labar. Low serve. Williams is going to bump it over. And a miscommunication on the Hornets side. We weren't expecting it to get bumped right back over. So that'll be the 20th Lancer point tonight as Green comes in for Larson and prepares to serve. Bumped into the net. On the Hornets side. That's just a bit too hard to keep alive. And it's Green serving once again for the Lancers. Conda is going to get in the way of Rodriguez there, and as she missed on that one, that's going to be point 22 for the Lancers. Back to a double-digit lead in the first set. Deep serve from Green, received by Rodriguez. And Joseph is going to put this one over. Set over by Green. Good volley going here. And a spike from Turk will head into the middle of the net. Lancers have just 2 more to go. Calling something, I don't know what it is, but it's going to be a Hornets serve, I guess. And DeHaven is going to serve this one beneath the net. And the Lancers will get the serve right back. Kazumba and Boo coming in to replace players on their team. And now it's Eichstead serving. Still not sure what happened earlier there. But Eichstead is going to serve this one beneath the net. And that is Clark coming in for Conda. With the serve now. Turk. Received by Eichstead. Good set from Green. Quaid's going to spike this one over. Nice dig from Seibel. And Starlin will set this one over to keep it alive. Set over. Green receives. And Quaid will bump it over, but that is well out of bounds. And the Hornets down by 8. Turk serving. Serve from Turk, received by Seibel, and Green will bump it over. Nice set to Clark to spike it over. Quaid will keep it alive. And Green's going to bump this one up. Received by Boo. Spike from Clark. And that was out of bounds. Shot's barely too far and no contact. It was just a bit too fast for them to touch it even. And the Lancers with just 1 more to go. Quaid with the set-winning serve potential here. That is an absolutely nasty ace from Quaid. So fast, and every player on the Hornets side said that one was going to be into the net. That one flew right over it and touchdown on the Hornets side. So the first set is going to be 25-15 in favor of the Lancers. We'll be back for a second set in a couple minutes. Coming back from the break, Lancers won the first set 25-15, and teams have swapped sides for the second set. Lancers win this one, and that'll be another JV win this season. Hornets win this one. We'll be going to a third set either way. Hornets won, and they have a chance to finish it off in the third set. Bit of lineup issues to fix on the Hornets side right now from the look of it. Well, once we're done with that, the second set will be underway. We hope you'll make sure to watch our pep band performance and varsity game. Those are always fun to watch, both of them. And we have a special guest for pep band on the drums tonight. Coming out of the break, serving is Boo for the Hornets. Nice save by Starland. And a powerful spike. Carranza receives it. Seibel is there. Green gonna set up Starland. Carranza again. This one's gonna bounce off the ceiling. Clark will punch it over to keep it alive. And Gergel is going to get this one over. Nice first volley here. Spike from Clark. The Lancers, incredible save. They're going to manage to keep that one alive. That was absolutely impressive play by both Seibel and Starland. And then it's going to end with a double hit. Go figure. So the first point will go to the Hornets. Boo again. Low serve. Starland is going to get down to receive that one, and it'll get bumped over by Green. Clark's going to spike this one into the net. The Lancers' first point in this set, tying it up. Gergel with the serve. It's a low serve, but very nicely paced as Rodriguez and Conda are unable to do anything about it, and that's an ace. Lancers up by one. Kazamba is in for Eichstätt. And it's Gergel serving again. Some lineup fixes. Another serve from Gergel. Carranza is going to get down for that one, and she'll bump it over. Received by Quaid. Good spike from Starland. Carranza is there. Tipped over. Green's going to dive for that one, and Starland will set it over. Clark going to set this over. Green will set it up. And Kazamba, this one's going to bounce off the top of the net and over. Miscommunication between Clark and Labar, and the Lancers are up 3-1. Gergel serving again. Received by Boo, and Kondo bumped this one over. Kazamba, excellent cross-court spike, received by Rodriguez. And Green with... She's going to muff on the set a bit, and that'll be point 2 for the Hornets. Nice serve. Quaid is going to bump this one out of bounds, and that's an ace. Serving again. Nice serve from Labar. Starland's, this spike has a bit too much power on it. Spike down more up than down, and that'll be the Hornets up by 1 now. Labar serving again. Set over by Starland. And Clark's going to go for the set over. So I'm going to try tipping this one over. Wasn't sure if it was far enough, and as a result, she'll hit the net, and the Hornets are up 5-3. Labar with another serve. Gurgle is going to get there in time, and Quaid will bump it over. Deep, received by Kondo. Set over from Rodriguez. And Starlin's going to bump this one over, received by Labar. Clark with the spike, well placed, nobody was there. Hornets doubled up on the Lancers early in the second set, 6-3. And Labar will potentially keep the streak going for the Hornets here. Good serve, Gurgle will get there in time, and Starlin will set it high. Jursith has to fight to keep this one in bounds, and Clark is going to be unable to get it over. Lancer point, and Quaid is back behind the line to serve. Fast serve, received by Kondo. Bumped over by Jursith, Green got saved. Kazumbo set up Starlin for a bump. Well played there by Kazamba, and Koenig is going to get the spike. Quaid with the serve. The Lancers are down by 1. Deep serve received by Labar, and that's going to be a stealing point. Tied up at 6. Powerful serve from Quaid, a ball out of bounds. Hornets back to a 1-point lead. Serving now is Clark. She will miss-hit the serve, and it's going to fly into the net and get rolled over to the Lancers for Starlin to serve. Larson in for Green. Good serve from Starlin. Condor receives. And DeHaven will miss contact on the bump. Lancer point. They're up by 1. Starlin with another serve. Condor is going to send this one into the officials table. And that's Green and Black up by 2. Connor's going to get there in time for this one, but it's into the net, and the Lancers will reach double digits. Starlin pretty well known among the JV players for being one of the most consistent servers. And she's going to keep it going here. She also has so much control on her serve. Wherever she's aiming, it's probably going to go. Koenig, another mistimed spike, and that's going to fly well out of the back end of the Hornets side of the court. And it's Rodriguez to serve. Turk is going to come in for a boo. Rodriguez now for the Hornets. They're down by 2. Gurgle's going to get in the way of Seibel there. And it's a nice attempt from Joanna Seibel, but it's no good. Hornets hoping to tie it up again here at 10. Rodriguez will serve this one to the net. One sounded a bit painful, might have hit her fingers too much. But now it's Kazumba serving for the Lancers. Condor receives. And set over by Turk. Larson's going to spike it over. Set up for DeHaven. Lancers back row is going to fight to keep it alive, but they will bump it and set it out of bounds. And Williams is in for Kazumba. Hornets down by 1. Again, hoping to tie it up as Jursith is serving. Williams receives. And saw a nice setup for Larson. Jursith is there. Nice block there from Larson. That'll put the Lancers up by 2 once again. That was some quick thinking by Larson to give the Lancers another point, and Seibel to serve. Good serve from Seibel. And Carranza is going to bump this one on bounce. 13-10 Lancers. This is going to be an ace, well placed in front of Carranza. She's unable to get there in time. Seibel again. Lancers up 14-10. The set has also been very close. Kondo's going to bump this one over to the Lancers side. Cueto line up for a spike. And this one has too much power on it. Seen a couple occasions of that tonight. And it's the Hornets serving once again. Server is DeHaven. Clark back in for Kondo. Deep serve, received by Seibel. She'll bump down uncleanly. And Starland will find herself unable to get there in time. Hornets down by 2 with the serve. Serve from DeHaven. Williams is going to get in the way of Seibel. And the Hornets have cut their deficit to just 1. DeHaven again. Williams will bump it over. Miscommunication on the Hornets side, and the Lancers have got their serve. Green coming in for Larson to head back and serve. Powerful serve from Green. Rodriguez is going to dig to get that one, and Kondo's going to bump it into the ceiling. It's another Lancer point. They're now up by 3. Green again. Kondo receives. Another Hornets miscommunication will give the Lancers their 17th point of this set. Green once again. Beautiful looking serve there from Green, low and fast. And Rodriguez is unable to respond. Green again. Finally, this will be a Hornets point. Green with some good looking serves that run. But it's going to go right back to the Hornets, as Turk will take the bench so that Boo can serve again. Nice recovery by Starland there, and Quaid will get it over. Too far behind Boo for her to keep it alive, and that's going to be heading right back to the Lancers as Kazemba comes in for Williams. Gurgle now is serving for Green. But the Hornets will keep it alive with some backwards bumps. And Kazemba's going to bump this one over. Nice spike from Quaid, and she'll keep out of the net. That's Lancer's 20th point of the set. 5 to go to close out the set and win tonight. An unclean reception from Boo. 4 more. Gurgle again. Closer from Gurgle. Honda's going to get in the way of Carranza. And the Hornets will find themselves down 8 with the Lancers closing in on 25. Nice receive from Honda. It's going to get bumped over to the Lancer side. Miscommunication. Starland's unable to get there in time to keep it alive, and it's the Hornets with the serve once again. Sido coming in for Gurgle on the Lancers side. Good serve received by Quaid, and Green will set it over. Clark with a spike from the middle. We've seen a few of those from her tonight. And it's the Hornets with the serve once again. They're down by 6. The Lancers have just 3 to go. Another serve from Labar. Starland's going to spike this one. Conda is unable to get down to bump down back up cleanly. And the Lancers have just 2 to go. Quaid once again with the opportunity to get the game-winning serve. Needs one more before they can get to that point, though. Low fast serve received by Conda, almost into the ceiling. Sido receives for the Lancers. And Koenig with a good spike. This time it'll be inbounds. Conda was the only one who could have gotten there in time, but a bit of confusion. And now it's the Lancers who do have the opportunity for the game-winning serve. Conda's going to get for this one. Nice block from Kazemba to close out the set. First set, 25-15 in favor of the Lancers. Second, 25-16. The Hornets are playing well tonight, but the Lancers are doing just a bit better. We'll be back in a few minutes for our third and final set of the JV matchup. Coming out of the break, the Hornets won the serve to start off the third set, so it's going to be Boo as usual. Seibel is going to receive this one, and she'll bump it over. Hornets side now. That will land inbounds by about a foot. Spinning bump from Rodriguez, and the Hornets have the first point in the third set. Lancers won the first two, 25-15 and 25-16 respectively. And the Hornets hoping to win one tonight. That serve is going to be just barely out of bounds. Eichstad's got it ducked so that she won't touch it. But that is going to be the first point for the Lancers. Kazamba coming in for Eichstad now. Didn't realize she had to come in, but it's no big deal. And Gergel with a low serve. They always look like they're going to go into the net, but they never do. Nice save by Green, but it's going to be into the net, and the Hornets are up 2-1. Serving now is Labar. Wade's going to set it up, and Kazamba will go for the spike. Clark from the middle. Larson's going to spike it deep. Condell got down for that one. And bumped over by Rodriguez. Spike from Kazamba. This time Conda can't get there. And the Lancers have tied it up at 2. Koenig coming in for Seibel now. 2 of the juniors on this junior varsity team. Quay's gonna serve this one, and it's gonna bounce in a funny way off the net, but it will land on the Lancer side, and that's number 3 for the Hornets. AC Lincoln's Clark now. High arcing serve, and Larson's gonna bump this one too far ahead of Green for her to keep it in on their side safely, and Lancer's coaches will call a timeout. 4-2 right now in favor of the Hornets. This is the first timeout we've seen tonight. Might legitimately be the only one. But we will be back in a minute. Both teams out of the timeout. Clark heading back to serve for the Hornets. Short serve, Larson unable to get down in time, and that's going to be an ace for Clark. AC Lincoln now up 5-2. Miscommunication on the Lancer side. Gergel, Larson, and Seibel were all in the same area, and none of them wanted to go for the serve. 6-2, black and red. Gergel is going to receive this serve, and Koenig will spike it off the top of the net, and it'll bounce over. Green receives the set. And Larson with the spike. Too far beyond Hornets players' reach, and it's 3-6 in favor of the Hornets. Hornets with a 3-point lead right now. Starlin coming in to serve. This serve will roll cleanly down the net, and that's going to be number 7 for the Hornets. It's really in this third set. Lancers hoping to come back, and Hornets hoping to grow that cushion even more and to win a set tonight. Nice tip over from Green. Miscommunication between Green and Koenig. 8-3 Hornets. Serving now, Rodriguez. Starlin's gonna try getting there in time, but that'll bounce off of her hands. 9-3 Hornets. Starlin's going to bounce off the net, out of bounds. And Lancers with the chance to close the lead. Williams is going to come in for Kazamba, and she'll be heading back to serve. Decent serve received by Honda. And Rodriguez will be unable to get there in time. A Lancer point. Never mind, Jersey. Hit this one, and the Hornets are in the double digits, 10-5. Serve from Jerseth will go into the net, and it'll be right back to the Lancers. Quaid in for Koenig, and it's Seibel preparing to serve. Received by Conda. That's a nice spike over from DeHaven, and the Lancers will eventually be unable to respond. Number 11 for the Hornets. Turk now. Excellent block from Clark. Starling side of Quaid, but it must have been a bit too telegraphed, as now it's 12-6 Hornets. And Turk is serving again. Received by Seibel. Sarandel side of Quaid. This time she'll hit it over the block from Clark, but well out of bounds. Bit of intimidation factor playing in there. And the Hornets are up 7, halfway to 25. Green will receive the serve. Starlin's gonna set it over, and Clark will miss on the block, and will instead hit it into the net, and it's the Lancers with an opportunity to serve once again. Larson coming back in for Starland, and it's Green serving. Received by Carranza. And Clark will hit this one just barely out of bounds. Lancer point. Green again. Carranza is there. Nice set over by Labar, but Quaid will do exactly the same. Williams and Seibel both won for that one, and that's going to be number 14 for the Hornets. Serve received by Eichstead, and Starland will set it for her, but back row spike just has a bit too much power on it. 15-8 Hornets. Larson will receive the serve, but they're going to call it on the double hit. Kind of caught that one a bit too much while I was trying to set it. And the Hornets are doubled up on the Lancers again, 16-8. Miscommunication between Arkstad and Larson, 17-8, and that's going to be a second timeout from Coach Nauman. Lancers are down by 9 right now. And even though they won the first 2 sets, winning all 3 would still be nice. So they're going to meet for a timeout. Hope you stay tuned for our separate broadcast for Pep Band and Varsity Volleyball. That one will be done by Grant Bernthal. But right now it's just me on the camera and mic doing JV. This has been a good matchup tonight. All 3 sets have been relatively close, with one team running away partway through, but it getting closer in the end. And the Lancers really hoping for a comeback here coming out of the timeout, but it's Boo serving again for the Hornets. This serve has too much on it. Eichstad gonna duck underneath that one once again. And Kazamba is coming in to replace her. And it's Gurgle serving. Short serve, Conda receives, and Labar will keep it alive. Larson, nice setup for Quaid. Conda is there. Good block from Larson and Quaid. And this one will get hit just barely in bounds. Lancers in the double digits, still down by 7. But with Gurgle serving again, they can hope to mount a comeback here. This serve is just a bit too low into the net. And Carranza is out. Jerseth will replace her. And Labar is serving for the Hornets. Quaid receives the serve. And Green will set her up. Bumped over by Rodriguez. Green receives. Nice setup for Larson. Hornets will keep this one alive after a couple dives. Spike from Larson is received by Labar, almost into the ceiling. Clark will bump this one over. Spike from Kazamba. Kondo unable to get there in time, and that is a well-fought point won by the Lancers. And Koenig is in to replace Seibel. Quaid is heading back to serve. Hornets have just 7 to go to win. And the Lancers are 7 behind them. Powerful serve. Kondo manages to receive this one. Bumped over by Boo. Koenig will bump it up for Kazamba, but she will step underneath the net. And that's a Hornets point. Turk coming in for Konda. Hornets have 6 to go. Seibel receives the serve. Koenig will opt to tip this one over. Nice take from Seibel to keep it alive, and Kazamba will spike it deep. Clark gets down, but Boo will bump this one out of bounds. Lancers back down to 7-point deficit. Starland coming in to serve in place of Larson. Ace from Starland, bounces off of Labar's on the Labar on the dig and out. And it's Starland with the serve right away, once again. Serve received by Turk, and she'll bump it over. Seibel receives. Koenig is going to spike this one out the back. And the Hornets will hit the 20s and have just 5 to go to win the 3rd set tonight. Serving now is Rodriguez. Well placed serve, but Seibel receives, and she'll bump it over. spike from DeHaven. Excellent tip from Kazamba with the fake on the spike, and that'll be an earned point for the Lancers as Kazamba heads back to serve. Service short from Kazamba. Koenig catches it before it hits her in the head. Williams is coming in to replace Kazamba. And the Hornets, have just 4 to go. Powerful serve from Jurcith. 3 more for black and red to finish off the 3rd set. Seibel receives the serve from Jurcith, and Gergel will bump it over. Jurcith gonna dig for that one. Labar sets up. And Williams is unable to get there in time. 2 more. Bumped over by Labar. And Williams is gonna bump this one too far ahead of her teammates. Coach Nauman getting a bit frustrated now, but the Hornets have just 1 more to go. Powerful serve, Gergel receives, that's into the ceiling. 3rd set is going to go 25-14 in favor of the Hornets. 25-15 Lancers, 25-16 Lancers, and 25-14 Hornets. This has been our JV matchup. Stay tuned. And signing off for now, your ILHS behind the camera and behind the mic. See you soon.